You are now in the wilderness. What happened with the children of Israel? They left Egypt. And they didn't leave Egypt immediately and immediately entered the promised land. There was a gap. And that gap is the wilderness, where you're going to be tried, where you're going to be tested. In that wilderness, they were tested, they were tried before entering the promised land. To the extent that some of them said, and not even some of them said, they actually appointed leaders to take them back to Egypt. The word says. They said, no, we can't stand this. We're going back. Wilderness is actually an interim position between where you're coming from, which is the house of bondage, and the promised land. Most of us are here. Most of us are here in the wilderness. We're being tested. The devil says, yeah, see the decision that you make. Now what are you going to do about this? Constantly is talking to you. All of us, we're here in the wilderness. Just like the Israelites were in the wilderness. Nothing new under the sun. They said, at least in Egypt we had meat. At least in Egypt we had onions, we had garlics. They wanted to go back. To the extent that, do you know the reality is that the Bible tells us, the word tells us that there were 600,000 men alone that left Egypt. When I'm saying 600,000 men alone is excluding women, excluding children. So if you had to include women and children, we're talking millions. This is the number of people that were happy to see the Red Sea opening for them. These are the people that were happy to see that their firstborn did not die on Passover when the Egyptians' firstborn died. They saw all the miracles of Yahweh when they were delivered from the 10 plagues. The ultimate being the Red Sea, crossing over it. The same people, they complained in the wilderness. Only two, literally two of that crew entered the promised land. Of millions of people whose shoes they never got old, whose clothes did not get old when they were in the wilderness, but only two entered the promised land. That was Joshua and Caleb. Only two. What happened to everybody else that had experienced the miraculous power of Yahweh? What will happen to us? Most of us, we are in the wilderness. And that's why I said today's word is that we encourage and strengthen one another to say, if Joshua and Caleb did it, we can do it as well. Hold on. He will keep you. He will strengthen you. His spirit is with you just like he was with them. As the word says, to the pillar of being the pillar of cloud by day and fire by night, he walked with them, provided for them. To the rock, the water gushed out from the rock. He provided for them. He gave them manna. They called it manna. He didn't call them manna. They said, what is this? Basically, manna means what is this? Because they didn't know what this was. But he gave them bread every single day, fresh. The scripture tells that they ate the food of angels every day. At night, those like us who like meat, he provided every night,